right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our final segment of the evening. I am your host, Rashawn Broadnex, and I'm here with the ladies of the Glam Box. And our final segment for the evening is
the tea.
You know we like a little piece of tea.
A little tea.
So this evening, our tea is, it is a little hot.
Who child?
Okay. We're going to start with this one. Let's talk a bit about United Airlines. So I don't know if you guys out there know, in terms of United Airlines, there have been lots of stories recently. And we'll say just going back to 2017, there have been so many different things going on from, I'm sure you remember the gentleman that was dragged off the airline.
Dragging folks
up overbooking. And then now up to this year, there have been pretty much 3 different incidents. One where, well, I'll just say, there was an incident recently where there was a guy who, he held his composure, I'm going to say that, because he sat next to the lady who put her feet up on him while he was trying to eat.
She was losing it.
There was the other incident where a young lady was removed, she was asked to leave the plane because one of the chairs were broken on their flight, and so they researched and found, they decided they were going to find whoever paid the least amount for their ticket, and had her and asked her to, would she mind giving up her seat? Because first they said, well, you know, are there any volunteers? When nobody volunteered. They said, okay, well, let's see if we can find out who spent the least, and they did, and they asked that young lady to get up. She said she was not going to do it, but she would if they offered her something comparable. They offered her, starting, I think it was at $2,000 for a travel voucher. She said, well, I would prefer cash. And they said no. So now, amidst the incident of the gentleman being dragged off, United Airlines had decided to up how much they would be willing to offer a passenger, in order for them to get off. So she went all the way up to back and forth, $10,000.
Jeez. Yes, Lord.
Then, unfortunately, I was really sad to hear about this one, was the couple, well, it wasn't a couple, it was a mother and daughter who traveled on United Airlines, and they had a little dog in the bag. And so,
that was so unfortunate.
They got on the flight. Now, my suspicion is that the mom either doesn't speak English or her English is not
that good.
Yes, it's not that good because during the interview, the mom did not speak. The daughter, and I thought that was kind of odd, but then I said, well, maybe the daughter, because she was so hurt by the death of the dog, she would allow her to express it.
I don't think she spoke it well.
Yeah, but I don't think she did. So in that particular instance, the flight attendant told the family that they had to put their bag in the overhead bin. Now, I had a problem. Because I said to myself, now, I have dogs. And I travel with my dogs. And I said to myself, if I got on a plane, would they tell me that I had to put my bag in the overhead bin? And if they did, what would I do? But why would you tell me to put my bag in the overhead bin if there's a space underneath the seat? So, if you don't know, when you travel with pets, you have to have a FAA-approved travel bag, which means that it fits underneath the seat. Now, one of the articles that I read said that the bag may have been oversized for underneath the seat. However, it was a soft-sided carrier, so the sides bent. The flight attendant insisted that the family put the dog in the overhead bin, and the daughter said that she told the flight attendant twice that there was a dog in there.
So she did tell her.
And the flight attendant insisted that the dog or that the bag be placed in the overhead bin. They said that it was a 3-hour flight. They heard the dog barking like softly, but then eventually they heard it stop. So she thought, maybe the dog has gone to sleep or what have you. Unfortunately, the dog had passed. After they went to deplane, and they notified the flight attendant that the dog had died. The flight attendant seemed frazzled, said the article. Like she had no idea what they like. Were
Now
talking
she don't
about.
know
Like,
it was a dog. Was a
you know what's going on.
Right.
So my question is, what would you have done if the flight attendant said to you, "You have to put your bag in the overhead bin"? What would you have done? Let me ask you guys this really quick because we're running out of time, but I'm going to get a little feedback from you just quick. You guys have heard about the scandal amidst Howard University?
Yes.
The financial aid
Child
scandal.
walking around in furs and things.
First on boo.
Well, you know what? First of all, I did look at the picture and I did say, I said that fur coat.
Sir, no ma'am. You know what we do.
I said,
That ain't it.
I was mad.
But let me tell you this. So I as I was reading different articles, I was like, "Ooh, this is a scam."
Yes.
You know, I said, "This is exciting." Well, you know, not excited like that, but I was just like, "Oh my goodness, I can't
They was
believe this is
taking all
happening."
this money.
You know, but wait a minute. Did y'all see his interview with Roland Martin?
No.
That's why you have to watch it, and that's why we're not going to discuss it.
Ooh, we're gonna watch that.
The interview with Roland Martin, it gives you a little more insight into the story.
Okay.
And so it put a totally different spin on it for me because I was ready to go in.
in,
and
yes,
I was like,
child, honey.
the tea,
Excuse
and I'm
me.
about to talk about it. I was
Fuck
going
them furs and them
But then
pink
when I
car.
saw that interview, it kind of snatched me back.
Wow.
Okay. And then I actually talked to one of my friends who is a financial aid officer, and she explained to me, you know, we didn't have much time to go into it, but she kind of gave me an overview, and she said, well, you know, based on what has taken place, nothing illegal has been done.
Wow.
So I said,
Really?
Gotta get away that long?
but just a little bit of insight into the story, which you guys already know, I'm sure if you've read it. They said that there were 6 people who were fired.
Yeah, beforehand.
The young man who is at the center of the story now was not one of the 6.
Wow.
So he's wondering, why am I being implicated
Oh, it's a cover.
when
It's a
the 6 have
cover.
already been fired?
There's a
But then
cover.
catch this.
Beforehand.
He worked in the office when he was in undergrad. He is
Yeah,
now
a third year.
law student. So
Yes.
that means he hasn't worked there for 3 years.
Right.
He said, now, if all of this was going on,
Before.
don't you think I would have already been brought up on
With the
charges?
rest of them.
Bam. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Ladies and
Somebody lying.
Okay.
Somebody lying.
I want to say thank you to the ladies of the Glam Box.
It's been wonderful.
All right, and then before we go, Camilla, tell us how anyone who would like to book an appointment or see you guys, at the Glam Box, how can they reach you?
You can reach us at glambox.studio. Our website is coming up, but you can contact Clarissa, Garcia, Shamir, or myself on any social media activity.
Okay.
Thank
So
you guys.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to get their social media and put that in the credits and post it so that you guys can have it.
Yes.
I, of course, am Rashawn Broadnex, your host.
Thank you.
My my social media is Facebook is Rashawn Legacy Broadnex. My
Red
hair hair
Insta.
page is the Red Chair by Rashawn. My Instagram is
Red
the
A red chair.
It's the red chair.
Right.
The red
it's
chair.
actually the underscore
red
red
chair.
underscore chair.
Yes.
Well, CHR underscore CEO.
That's it, never red
There's a lot going on here. But just always make
Funny.
sure you come and visit us at the Sheer Chat with Rashawn Broadnex on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. We're also
And
on
YouTube.
Exactly.
YouTube.
So if you missed tonight's broadcast, any part of it, it will be available in catalogs along with the previous episodes on YouTube. You can
Go and
find
look.
it there at Sheer Chat with Rashawn Broadnex. And I want to thank you all for joining us. I see some there. If you enjoyed this evening's broadcast, let us see the hearts and all that.
Pump them hearts up, guys. Love, love, love.
Like, not
Love, love, love.
Yes.
like happy because Rashawn, he is
Thank you for
awesome.
having
Yes, he
Thank you.
is.
so much.
And he's
It
so
has
humble,
been
y'all.
my
He's
pleasure.
so humble. He is great. I love him so much.
Andy Cohen a beauty.
Yeah.
You know, I told you that. Andy Cohen a beauty. You just wait. We done prophesied that thing.
He's almost as cute as me.
I'm so proud of you.
Andy Cohen a
Thank you
beauty.
so much. I am so happy to have you guys
Thank
here.
you
I have been
so
waiting for
much.
this. And
Yes,
this is my
you waited a whole
first
month.
panel interview. So it was kind of like a test to see how this was going to work out.
Oh,
And
look
I think
at that
it worked
thing.
out fabulous.
It worked out good.
Yes, a good group,
Yeah.
great group of ladies. So
Love
thank you
you
again
guys.
for
Love
joining
you.
us, and we will see you again.
And remember, be glam.
Be glad.
Glam Box.
Be loved.
Thank you guys. Share chat.
Exactly.
See you
It's
next
Share
week.
Chat. Have a great evening.
Bye.